And let's talk about his ex, Jennifer. So more tears coming out about Jennifer Lopez. This time it's not about her flopping ass tour and the Vegas residency that she was working on that might be in jeopardy because the tickets to the arena tour isn't selling. This is about her marriage. So it says Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck's marital woes have been exacerbated by rows over their finances, according to a new report about their rocky relationship. Now, shout out to page 6 for this story. It says the pair's marriage has been plagued with ongoing split rumors, and sources close to the couple are weighing in on the discourse. The Let's Get Loud's hitmaker, 54, and the Oscar winner, who's 51, has been taking some space to determine whether their relationship is right for the both of them. This is what a source told Us Weekly on Tuesday. Meanwhile, the Argo actor apparently doesn't agree with Jennifer's lifestyle and feels worn down by the marriage, the insider said, adding that the father of 3 has been checked out. The source close to the duo, who tied the knot in 2022, are on 2 completely different pages most of the time, and that their honeymoon phase has worn off, saying both are have demanding careers that often require them to be in different cities, the insider added. They didn't realize this before they got together. That's what's baffling to me with this story. It's like, Ben Affleck is an actor, an Academy Award winner. I think he has 2 Academy Awards, if I'm not mistaken. He's an actor, Academy Award winning filmmaker, actor, and screenwriter. First Oscar he got was for writing Good Will Hunting with his bestie, Matt Damon. And I think he got an Oscar for Argo, if I'm not mistaken. I would have to look that up. But he's an Oscar winner. So he is in the elite of Hollywood. And I feel like Jennifer Lopez is trying to get up in there, but nobody takes her seriously. Maybe she thought by marrying Ben that she was going to be up in there with the upper echelon. I mean, she is upper echelon A-list, but sometimes I guess that's not enough because they want to be, it's like, yeah, I could be in the room, but I want to be accepted. And I always say, fuck what other people think, because you ain't never going to win people over. If you don't win them over, it's okay, it's fine. But what I don't understand is, before we get to the rest of the article, before I forget, I don't understand how you say he don't agree with Jennifer's lifestyle. Like, when they got together 20 some odd years ago, he didn't agree with the lifestyle. That's why they broke up. Because he didn't like the paparazzi. He didn't like all the pomp and circumstance, the stuff that they would consider a negative. Ben Affleck is an artist. He's someone that loves the art of filmmaking. He loves being an actor. He likes directing. He likes creating. He's a creator. He's an artist. He doesn't like all the pictures and the paparazzi and all that other stuff. Unfortunately, that comes with the territory. But then it's like what I said about Timothy Chalamet dating Kylie Jenner. You can't be Mr. Actor, whatever, Mr. Thespian, Mr. Serious Performer, and then date one of the most famous people on the planet. It doesn't work, especially if you value your privacy. You need to find you somebody that really falls under the radar, or date some average chick, like some regular girl that you met that works behind, at Starbucks. Date one of them. They won't follow you if you But then again, because Ben Affleck's association with Jennifer Lopez, anybody he dates after they divorce, the paparazzi are going to follow you. But if he was doing an average, they would just mention it for a moment. They would have kept it moving, because there are a lot of celebrities out here that are able to disassociate themselves from the industry if they want to. Beyonce is one of the biggest stars on the planet. You don't never find out where the hell she at, except the time when she'll tell us in an interview, "Oh, I was at Target." "Bitch, when did you go to Target?" And she was like, "Oh, I'll just be anonymous." Okay. I just throw a cap on. Nobody recognizes me. I say throwing a cap and a mask, they won't recognize it, but if they see your eyes, they'll be like, "Oh, wait, is that Beyonce?" But anyway. So it says that J-Lo has reportedly begun to ramp up her work commitments and prepping for her upcoming This Is Me Live tour, which kickstarts next month. She's very focused on work and overextends herself. This is what an insider told the outlet, but added that the pair have been apart for contrasting work obligations. This highlighted the emotional and physical distance between them. It says, over time, Jen and Ben found it increasingly difficult to communicate effectively. Small misunderstandings grew into significant arguments. They have fundamentally different approaches to conflict. Well, Chad, y'all both Leos. That's another reason, too. I would not be dating my own sign. Because I know how I am, and I'm sure they're going to be the same way. And I'm not trying to date myself. I don't want somebody who's an exact mirror replica of myself and my personality. Because we're going to be butting heads to the cows coming home. And Leos are stubborn as hell. I know my father's a Leo. I have a lot of cousins that are Leos. I have quite a few friends that are Leos. It's funny. It's like I have a lot of Leo friends. I have a lot of Capricorn friends. My mother's a Capricorn, and my father's a Leo. How did they make that work for over 4 decades? I have no idea. But marriage takes work. And I think that's what Jennifer Lopez needs to understand. It's like they're talking about the honeymoon phase. Like, and I think that's what I think that's it on the head. When people say, "Oh, she just loves love," no, she likes that in what is it? That adrenaline rush, those endorphins that kick in during the honeymoon phase of a relationship. And usually they say a honeymoon phase lasts about 3 months. After that 3 month mark, that's when people start showing their true colors. They don't put the toilet seat down. They leave pee stains on the toilet seat. They leave their clothes thrown all over the floor, like little habits. And I know me, being a Virgo, any little slight thing sets me off, especially when shit is out of whack. So this is probably why I can't be in a relationship, because I will find some shit to be mad about. So I prefer my friends to give me the emotional, that I need. And if I need to fuck, it is not that hard, especially in New York. It's not hard to get laid. So that's why I stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to, because people for the most part irritate me. Like little things, I can't. So they said the pair first sparked split rumors when she showed up to the 2024 Met Gala without him, and that's when all the stories was floating around and stuff. And then they also said in a separate interview with AP News, she revealed that she had pared down her schedule in the past few years in an attempt to slow down more and be home more. Instead, the Grammy nominee has only she's a Grammy nominee, has only been doing things that are really exciting or inspiring to her. Really? Because Atlas was trash to her, as opposed to doing just everything. And Lopez explained, "That's what I used to do a lot of. This, 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 this." That's the truth, the performer, 54, continued in the May 20th red carpet interview. "As much as it seems like I'm going at a fever pace all the time, I'm actually at half the pace that I was, I was a few years ago." It says social media users called the interview an example of the fundamental difference between Lopez and Affleck, 51, amid rampant split speculation, saying she's constantly doing something. A fan tweeted of the couple's very different personalities. Now, it says Affleck has come to his senses about their fever dream marriage, a source told Page Six earlier this month, claiming the actor understands there's just no way this is going to work. And I think, you know what? Maybe Ben was, I think, you know what? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think Ben went in, and maybe I'll even say Jen, maybe they went in thinking, you know what? It didn't work back then because it was 20 years ago. We were much younger. Which would be like what? They were in their 30s when they got together. And then now that we're in our 50s and we're back together, maybe we've matured. We've slowed down a bit. We both have kids. They're both, all Ben's kids are teenagers. Jen's kids are the twins are teenagers. And she's looking at it as like, you know what? I don't have to, we're on to where we can come together in this relationship more maturely. But if the issues that existed back then in your relationship are still there, and y'all haven't worked through that in therapy or whatever the case is, because y'all got enough money, y'all can afford therapy. If y'all didn't work that out in marriage counseling and therapy, whatever the case is, then y'all shouldn't have got together in the first place. I just think that it was just that chemistry was there, was bubbling. It was just that fiery situation in the beginning with the both of them. And I don't think y'all thought everything through. And I think maybe what it was for Ben is that everything was going at such lightning speed that he didn't take a second to think like, well, damn, I need to slow down. Like, what's going on? Slow down. And he probably just didn't say anything and just let Jen go. And a lot of times, when it comes to Leos, they stubborn. So they're not going to back down and be like, okay, I'm going to give this I'm not going to, we just need to pump the brakes and really work through this. We're going to push through. We're going to make this work. So then you get married and all other stuff. And the next thing you know, you're at this, you've buried the shit and then it resurfaces. So that's the thing about situations, relationships, whatever the case is. You bury it, under the carpet long enough, the dirt gonna seep through one way or another. So might as well, before you spend all that millions of dollars getting married, work through that. Now, I hope they finances not tangled up in some stuff, because that's always a messy situation. Is that when you got your finances tangled up, y'all have a joint house together and trying to untangle all that. That's another reason why I don't want to get like married or because it's like, well, fuck. Now I got to sit and split stuff. Yes, I'm selfish. I have no point in not admitting that. When it comes to like, shout out to Whoopi Goldberg. She said the same thing. She said, I'm just too selfish in my own ways to want to have to share things with other people and then have to go through the red tape and the headache of going through lawyers and having to split things. You see the messy marriage that Angelina and Brangelina, we'll call them that since we brought up Bennifer, let's bring up Brangelina. The stuff they dealing with their winery and the entanglement of that, I should say. So, in a way, I kind of feel for them. But Jennifer is a serial relationship girl, and I feel like, girl, you really need to take time from yourself. And for all you the J lovers or whatever that was so caught up in that bubble and Sunny Hoskins, but they're in love. Yeah, okay, sis, you believe you continue to be as Delulu as J Lulu is, and with all that stuff coming out, it's just like, at what point do you kind of look at yourself and be like, you know what? Maybe I'm destined to be alone. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with just like, with dating around and all this other stuff and not having to commit to being married. Like, what's the obsession with being married? Sometimes, look, marriage ain't what it used to be. So, shout out to you, Jennifer Lopez. Hopefully, you work everything out. I don't think you will. I think Ben is going to be the next one on under her belt of them parting ways, splitting, not being together in marriage and holy matrimony any damn more. She just needs to focus on her career. She just needs to and I think that's probably why she's been working so much, because it's like she has that career of hers that she's got to continue to keep up. She's got all the the fans and well, no, I won't even count the fans in that. She's got twins to support. And I don't think she's getting support from Mark Anthony. So she's got to do what she's got to do to maintain, the Jennifer Lopez, the La Lopez brand or whatever the case is. So you got Benny Medina out here working her like a damn runaway slave. And she's down for it. So, and then also I think when you're both entertainers, it's hard to keep. How do you balance that out? Especially because Ben's working, he's an actor, she's an actress and a singer. So if y'all traveling a lot, how do you find time to see each other? There are people that's able to make it work. Shout out to Cheryl Lee Ralph and the Senator. They've been able to make it work. It's like we live in two different houses. She just finally moved in with him, but they have their own lives. And I think maybe she needs to try that. Maybe she needs to get in a relationship and be like, you keep your shit over here, I keep my shit over here. And when we need to commiserate, whatever, we'll do that. But Jennifer Lopez does not give me that type. She gives me very much that she's stuck in this whole Disney-fied belief system of what a relationship is supposed to entail, which is why they continue to fail. Stop thinking that life and relationships work like like Cinderella. Like nobody lives happily ever after. There's no prince that's gonna come sweep you off your feet and put you on the horse or the knight in shining armor. I know it probably sounds like I'm being cynical, but I think like when it comes to relationships, people need to get real about that and realize that this whole idea of what you've been taught since childhood on what a relationship is just does not work. It's not believable. Because if that was the case, her relationships would last longer than 2 damn years. I feel like the only relationship that actually lasted longer was her and Mark. I think that marriage lasted the longest. So I think they were married 10 years. So, but she probably stayed with him for the sake of the kids. But then again, look, we probably gonna be speculating this shit till the cows come home. I don't want to spend too much time just like ranting and raving and on about it, whatever. She'll be fine. She'll bounce back. She always does. Who knows? Maybe the breakup will inspire a new album. But girl, like This Is Me Now, we do not want a full album about your heart being broken by some damn Ben Affleck. We want some bops. We want you shaking your ass to some new music. I mean, if you could get in that place of like sticking to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. Like, what's the next we need like Let's Get Loud, or we need what's the other song? On the Floor. Like, get back with Red One. I'm sure you could use a gig of 3. I haven't heard what he's been up to in years, unless his sound done dried up and sounds dated. Nobody cares anymore. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this story down below.